folks, Ebbs here with House of Guns, and I've got a gun review that I've been working on. I went out and filmed it. It just sucked, really disappointed me, and I don't think it was entirely the fault of the gun itself. I think it was the magazine. Oh, there's our first failure. There's another one. Look at that. There's another one. Another one. And then lastly, we're going to try some Corbon Powerball ammo to see how it'll handle the heavy stuff. Another failure to feed. Feed ramp is stuck down in there. There's nothing there. See that? Nothing to feed the ammo. I like the gun. It feels good. The magazine, on the other hand, sucks. The feed ramps on it were not polished, hardly at all. I mean, you could see machine marks in it. It needed some work. So what I'm talking about is the Regent R200S 1911 from Umarex, USA. Umarex is located out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. This gun is actually made in Turkey, and a lot of parts on it are injection molded or forged, if you're a little more old school, whatever you want to call it. But the first time I brought out this gun, I ran 100 rounds and it was just trouble ridden. Every magazine, at least one failure to feed, no failures to eject, but it just, the rounds wouldn't go in. I was using some of our notorious hand loads, which, point of reference, had no problems in the Kimber Ultra CDP2, had no problems in a Kimber Super Carry, no problems in a Remington R1, no problems in a Remington R1 Enhanced. Those are all 1911 model pistols. Brought out today, brought Dad's R1 Enhanced out, tried the hand loads again, thought maybe my batch was different than his. Not the case, it's fed perfectly. The magazine that came with this Regent originally, it was awful. It was like soft sheet metal or something. The feed lips kept opening up. I'd insert the magazine with the slide back, and a round would pop out the top. It wouldn't even hold rounds in. I could bend it back and get one reliable magazine with factory ammo, but it just was not doing the trick. So I went out and I borrowed, because I don't have them all myself, but I went out and I borrowed 5 different brands of 1911 magazines. I have a Chip McCormick, I have a Wilson Combat, I have a standard Springfield Armory, I have a Pro Mag, which are very inexpensive, and a lot of guys hate those, 1911 guys, and I have one of the Remington R1 Enhanced magazines. Different gun, different brand. And so far today, after polishing the feed ramps, I don't even know if you're going to be able to see that in there. It's unloaded, but they are glossy. They're not too bad, but I've been shooting over 50 rounds, 5 different magazines, no issues so far, including the notorious hand loads, okay, that a lot of guns have not liked. They're 45 auto, they're almost the exact same length as the 230 grain PMC that we have and the Aguila ammo that we have out here today. So 3 different brands, and it's run perfectly. It's been accurate, it's been comfortable to shoot. It's cycled well. All the parts, the injection molded, the forged parts are holding up no problem. The hoe grips feel awesome in the hand right there. Smooth vertical serrations on the back, matte and empty front strap. I actually like how smooth it is. Angled serrations front and back. 3-dot combat, kind of a Novak style sight. Combat hammer. See that dude there? I'm in the sun, so I apologize if there's some glare. Ambidextrous safeties. The safeties are probably one of the downsides of this gun. They're kind of spongy. And by spongy, I mean there's not, it doesn't feel like there's an all the way down because there's some play after it goes. But they'll click up, and they're easy to get your hand on and drop after you deholster it. My buddy Ryan at Louisville Leather Holsters sent me this pancake style leather holster just for this gun on short notice. Excuse the white love handle there. Was sent to me for this gun by my buddy Ryan at Louisville Leather Holsters. Makes a great holster. He's kind of got a thatched stamp pattern on this one. Just a simple pancake style holster. If I had a jacket, it would disappear, but I needed a holster for this for the range, and this one fit the bill. So Ryan at Louisville Leather, thank you, sir. But I'm gonna let you see it. This is the R200S Regent 1911 from Umarex USA. It's made in Turkey. It's actually a pretty decent looking 1911 for a sub $600 gun. And now with the feed ramps polished and different magazines, I'm having no trouble whatsoever. So I've got 5 of these magazines loaded. I'll tell you what they are before I run them. And we're gonna see if it does the same thing. Then I'll show you what accuracy looks like. I'm just gonna take my time. I'm at 20 feet here, and we'll see how we do. This is the Remington R1 Enhanced magazine, nice matte finish, angled butt at the bottom, and it slides out real easy when you remove it. Okay, so we're gonna see how she does. Going into battery, no problem. Fire in the hole. Beautiful. Little low, but it's consistent, and now it's reliable. That was the Remington. Next, this is the Pro Mag. Matte finish. Into battery, no problem. Let's see how we do. Perfect. Another 7 rounds. All grouping pretty good too. Not as accurate as, say, some of the other 1911s we've done, but this would be a budget 1911 Wilson Combat. 7 more. Perfect. Seven rounds. Perfect. You gotta love it when something is fixed and it's running the way that it should have out of the factory. Springfield Armory. Stock mag. Perfect. Seven rounds, no hiccups. Unbelievable. I don't think it's a break-in issue with the gun. I think the feed ramp had everything to do with it. The magazine, I still have it because I have to send this gun back, but it's sitting in the case at home. I didn't even bring it today. Chip McCormick, perfect. All right, another 7 rounds, 35 rounds, perfect on camera. You saw it. Oh, the last one jammed. Look at that. Go figure. Now we're perfect. That was the Chip McCormick. Wasn't too happy with me. Feed ramp still got some gloss on it. All I did, for those that are curious, I'm talking about the feed ramp getting polished, all that stuff. I went to my gunsmith, I said I have this, he received it for me already, and they've been drooling over it because they like the look. It's an attractive looking 1911. He went back with his Dremel tool with a buffer head on it and just took it apart and hit the frame and the feed ramp on the chamber, and it opened it right up, and it's perfect so far. So that was almost 100 rounds today, 5 different magazines, and you saw that last failure to feed, the only one. And in the Chip McCormick, we had the hand load. So the hand loads don't totally get off today without having their way. Let's look at the target. I want you to see what I'm talking about. This is what's possible when this little guy is functioning as it should be. Look at this. Sucker's tattered, it's windy, so it's coming off. But all right here, 3 different ammos in a spot smaller than the size of my hand from this gun. It's dirty now, look at that. It's all dirty. But it worked, and that makes me happy. When I could give a gun a sterling review for a simple fix, sub $600, stainless 1911, it's a neat piece, guys. And give it up for the guys at Umarex for trying to put something in our hands if you don't have money for a $1,000, $1,200 1911, or even an $800 one. This can be a good functional option from all appearances now, with a little bit of TLC, even though I feel like it should come that way from the factory. But anyway, made in Turkey, the Regent R200S 1911 from Umarex USA out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. Guys, this is Ebbs with House of Guns saying happy shooting. Shooting low. All right, 7 rounds. Perfect.